Camille, very much a skill matchup, and this will be a real test for Broken Blade in that top side. But a ton of 1-3-1 and just sheer assassination potential if you try to walk into your jungle against what very late reset though, completely cleaned out his top side jungle. So there's nothing really on the top side apart from Void Grubs. He wants to come back into his bottom side, so it feels like a bit of a weird one. Looks like they want to try and contest with Dragon, but they're already too late.
Ona can always just jump out of the back of the pit here, so Kerry
needs at level 6, needs the ultimate to be able to go put pressure on Orianna. The LeBlanc-Orianna matchup really needs some extra pressure on the Orianna applied by teammates coming to give value to your kill threat on the champion. And so once KazaLoLLCS gets level 6, I would not be surprised if we saw Yike trying to stealth into mid lane.
And some will push in top and then maybe come for the play in mid, but the vision already set up. But BB
splashes, doesn't get the knock-up. Ona on his way in as well. BB at the edge of the Hexagon Maiden caught with the permafrost. Glacial Prison's gonna lock him down as well. And first blood to Ona.
The way I feel like they need to. Yes, Broken Blade is getting small advantages, but it's not the read right home event. Zaya's still gonna feel it.
No flash, knocked into the wall. No Hexagon Maiden for him either. Mickey tanking, slowed down, but the steadfast presence enough to keep him alive. Yike now on the board for G2.
Great. Just gonna back away for the moment though.
And that could be 6 Void Grubs. That certainly will be 6 Void Grubs for G2. Try and help out with their pushing for the Jacks. Meanwhile, bottom side, T1 bring everybody over to help out on the push. Still going to be G2 cashing in on the first turret bonus, though.
Whirling Death coming across as well to clear out the wave means that T1 can't get as many minions to die to this tower. Broken Blade was in the vicinity. He's just met up against Ona. He needs to jump away. You can see Mickey trying to join the fray. Ona dashes in. Broken Blade has the Grandmaster's Mount and a counter-strike, but doesn't land a stun. Immediately they dive onto Gumayushi. The hostile takeover. Keeper's verdict will knock back too.
We are second behind the play. We now need to get somewhere else, and you always have to drop one. Hang on.
Caps looks for Faker. Shockwave doesn't land. Caps. Quick enough reactions to back out. Ona was on his way. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the tower is going to be felled by G.
He's been able to get a good amount of pressure mid. And then
has the Hexagon Maiden. Caps flashes, but he can't get away. The older maiden puts him in his place as Zeus.
He as well, ultimate.
Keeper's verdict only onto Carrier. No hostile takeover for T1. They begin to back away. Stephouse present going in as Mickey's locked up. Knocks Zeus back. Mickey already deleted. The counter-strike on the back line though as Caps jumps in. Shockwave only hitting onto Broken Blade. Hansama beginning to open up. Hansama gets 1,200 gold out of that, but T1 can still win the fight. Yike has to flash away. The Ignite is ticking and will take him out. Baker falls to Caps and Zeus and Hansama are trading and Zeus takes the win. Adapted defenses sends Hansama to an early grave. Caps looking for more though. Carrier low, no mana for him. Caps continues to chase. Carrier does have the red buff, can get a slow onto Caps, but you really can't slow the LeBlanc that much. I think Caps should be able to chase him down here, just needs the chains to land. Carrier flashes away, and Caps, with a sigil of malice, sends him into the dirt.
Massive play from Caps.
Zeus still full HP though. Caps tries to get away, the ultimatum marks.
Side, I think, to try and get their waves in order, but with Zeus being able to get the top tower while we're looking at the replay and push out.
So you have to be very, very careful. He does not have his flash right now, so the rest of G2 playing around him.
Dust, knowing the Ona's in the area, won't step any further forward, and it's another turret to T1.
T1 will have to quickly get out of there.
T1 before T1 are set up.
G2 have been playing predominantly around this top side as Yike jumps in, Edge of Night, Shield, Glacial Prison, down TP. Hostile takeover is going to land onto Caps, Hansama able to dodge away from it, but already Yike has fallen as T1 begin to open up in the fight. Broken Blade TPing in. They will meet immediately jumping onto Zeus, they'll get the shutdown. Gumayushi though is dancing and dipping his way around the fight. Hansama down, Yike down. Caps having to retreat, dashing away, flashing away, but can he escape the T1 oncoming storm? The answer, EU I'm afraid, is no, as T1 wipe away G2.
T1 completely split up G2. Yike falls too quickly, and then they try to protect the president, but there's just assassination potential on all sides for T1.
That Gromp is not the gank that you wanted. No. That is not the assassination.
TP is available for both the mid laners. Zeus on the flank, as you say. Hansama opening up. Broken Blade going in with a counter-strike. Keeper's verdict. But now T1 of the team, they're a little bit split. Face call comes out. Steadfast presence. Gumayushi with a whirling death. The hostile takeover coming in as Zeus jumps onto the back line, and they forgot about Zeus, but Zeus had not forgotten about Hansama. It's a double for Zeus, the god of thunder, here to smite.
The team over to the Baron. Zeus teleport looks like it has a second.
Shockwave out by Faker. Caps able to dodge away from it. Yike is here as well as Faker's down to half HP. He has to jump away. The Baron sitting at 12,000 right now. Can they steal? Yike at half. Caps and Faker trading continuously. Ethereal chains don't connect as Gumayushi turns his eyes instead of from the big purple worm back towards Caps. Yike looking for the steal, has no flash.
BB's up in 3 though. T1 are committing early. They need to get this Baron before G2 come back out.
Mickey gets the ward in the pit. Control ward over the wall will spot them. Zeus there. Doesn't have the hostile takeover. Yike still no flash. Steadfast presence. Yike goes in, but it's way too early. And T1 collapse on him. Guma takes the kill. T1 take the Baron.
And G2 now, you have to keep this Poppy ultimate for Zeus. He locks up on Samo way too well, but he's just not getting to play the game.
Zeus. Finals MVP of the world champion team. 3 items on Camille Sand. Nice matchup.
Those are 3 items ahead, or 3 levels ahead. Like, the guy is just decimating inside lanes.
And T1 have played so well around him. How many times do we say Ono is flanking Zeus, making sure that Broken Blade isn't in a bit of a tricky situation? Now T1, with this Red Bull Baron power play, have already got in the bot lane. BB sitting at an item and a half, and Zeus is very willing to take that fight. Hexagon to maiden forward. Look at the precision and the protocol of sending BB back. Down towards the bottom side, Zeus now going to join in. They'll see who answers the bot wave push. T1 has 5 towards the mid. Caps locked up. He'll survive for now. The inhibitor tower will not have that same luxury though, as T1 begin to raise G2's base to the ground. Zeus pushes in and backs away as soon as he realizes he doesn't have the reinforcements yet. Gumu and Carrier move across. G2 looking for something. Mickey will land the knock into the wall, but it's only on the support. And Mickey is ticking to the ignite, and Mickey will go down. Carrier takes the kill, and now in a 4v5, G2 have to look to defend.
G2 need to find some sort of desperate measure, but 4 versus 5, Zeus is the target.
We're past desperation now for G2. They're looking for the miraculous. But Zeus, the god of lightning, the god of thunder, the shockwave, reigns through G2, and the reverberations are felt all the way back in EU. T1 with a decimation of the LEC #1 seed in game 1.
That is a 6,000 individual gold lead for the top laner.
We haven't seen as much Urgot, although we have still seen it a little bit.
And I think a little bit of that has been because of how prolific lane swaps have been, how often we get to see them. But I think coming into this is where you're more than likely going to see, you can just see a little bit of a flash burnt there on Carrier, thanks to a nice hook from Mickey.
I'm just going to smite here. Ona's going to smash him into the wall, can go back for that buckler. Carrier knocks away Mickey, but Mickey is here. Flash hook just wide. Spectral Maw away by Yike, he'll escape. In the end, it's a flash burn for Mickey. No flash burnt on the side of T1. Carrier used his flash earlier, but Yike here, walking back. That is not a safe path. Ona puts him 6 feet under in the river.
Ona's a Poppy god too, and he strikes first in this game. Now he's got eyeballs towards Caps. Caps should be...
Flash, hammer smash, steadfast presence down. Caps puts the singularity out. Faker continuing to trade in. Faker dives back in and dives! Faker, what was that?
Down in the spot side jungle, trying to track where Yike is, because I think that's going to be the big move, but it already happened in the mid.
Yike has flash, Faker has none. Flash Spectral Maw, and Faker falls again.
Expected coming into this game that we'd actually see the poke bars, because you get the consistent damage.
Empress divide out. Caps looking for the damage. Spectral Maw going down onto Faker once again. Caps has the he pulls down the skies, but Ona blocks the breath of life and keeps his mid laner alive. But the breath of life is nothing to the fear beyond death. And now Ona's locked up in the middle of 4 of G2, and Yike secures the kill.
Get that play in mid now. Yike going to open up the void grub. Zeus wants something to say about it as T1 come back out onto the map.
Yike gets one, we'll get the treat, we'll get the XP from it. Backs away afterwards. Ona's on his way, and I think it's wise for Yike not to stay around, especially with Caps already resetting. Blasting one and an amp tome in his inventory. I will say, like, this is how we saw BLG beat T1. You put Faker behind. He is the glue that holds this T1 together. You only have to remember last year, they almost didn't make Worlds because Poby had to sub in, and then Faker rejoined as we see a fight in the bot lane. Hansama now has the whirling death, and Mickey continues to step forward. Gumayushi doesn't have much. Top side of the map, no contest going to happen here by T1.
You have to be careful here as G2. You just invested a lot into that top side play with Caps ultimate, but Void Grub's going to be up soon.
Oh, Carrier with a great double knockup. TP behind, depth charge onto Guma, but I don't think Hansama is long for the rift. Whirling death, not enough. Faker TP it in. Carrier with an absolutely beautiful engage. It's diabolical from T1 as they lock out G2's bot lane and get 2 kills in in a second you have to feel there's no way Mickey gets out of this. Even with the dredge line, Faker can chase him down. Mickey will fall. A 2-0 for T1 in the bot side. Eventually.
Nicely done there. I like
Maybe
it.
he gets out. There's no way he gets out, right? Owner's it. There's no way he gets out. Oh, he gets out! Oh, he gets out! No way!
This is
There's no way he still gets out.
Baker may be eternal, but Mickey is...
I mean, he's gonna die. I think he's trying to execute, right? If he executes off this, though. Oh, no.
No way.
No. Guma's here. Guma's here. The sniper arrives, and Mickey dies. As I said, a simple 2-0 in the bot lane.
It was always going to be the way that the kill went to Gumayushi, but this bought so much time for G2. They actually managed to steal.
Charged up Aurelion Soul ultimate.
Will the skies descend? Zeus TPing into the fight. Chain of Corruption going down as well as Mickey's locked up. Depth charge on the backline, but the Emperor's Divide will catch Mickey. The skies descend. Is it enough? Faker shut down. Broken Blade looking for more. The Whirling Death going out. As Carrier's on the backline. Caps has no mana to deal with him. And now Carrier knocks Broken Blade back into the team. The Pathmaker into the wall. Caps pulled back with the all out. And Caps will fall. 2 for 1 in favor of T1.
Draven moving up there. I was going to send Broken Blade up to try and get that, but big fight from T1. The owner getting that ultimate on towards Yike in the middle of that fight as well just set up so beautifully for T1 to take the number.
They'll go for the tier 2, but T1 should be able to get at least one tower in response to this. The charge comes forward.
Yeah, T pushing on 2 lanes right now, but G2 have a harder push because of the Rift Arrows, because of the Void Mice popping out as well. So it kind of has to be answered there. And Zeus move in, and they want to save the Rift Arrow. I love everyone. If you're going to count on one player, never mind.
He has the dredge line here. Carrier goes in. TP invested. Sets his presence out from Owner. He tries to flash away. Locked up for a second. Chain of Corruption coming out with the Emperor's Divide away by Faker. Dredge line's going to chase him down. The falling star into the world. Whoa.
And you see him, full control of mid, rotates over down to the rest of the team. They get their tower, and they keep on pushing.
And just overloading one side of the map as Faker on the top side is trying to push in himself. Doesn't have the TP right now. G2 looking for a little bit more.
Or the tier 2 on the top side off of that push.
I mean, T1 have no vision in the river right now.
Oh,
Mickey look for the hug, but Carrier flashes in for the stun. The Singularity Stars descend as Carrier's locked up and pulled back into the waiting maw of Broken Blade and Caps once more. The Rylai slow, not going to be enough. No chase continuing here for G2. Yike goes in! A 4-man knock-up from Yike! And I said those words only a week ago. They find another, but Yike will fall. Owner catching the
Rise onto T1. That was beautiful from Yike.
And I thought it was going to be a snap engagement in there that T1 cleared out, and now G2 are forced to face.
Caps is showing on bot wave. Mickey punted into the back of the pit as they look for the damage. T1 call off the Baron. They go for the Chain of Corruption. Mickey's the first to fall. T1 still very healthy as Broken Blade.
Around Baron, and then they try and pick.
Carrier's going to catch Mickey here. TP in. That's Zeus joining the fight. Carrier gets the knockback onto Yike and the Baron. Already so low. T1 sneak it under G2's noses. Will they look for more of the fight? Mickey on the front line. Caps unable to do any damage as of yet. Mickey still low. Hansama flashing away. Baker dashing forward. Almost a Baker moment from him. But he's stunned up and locked up against the wall. 2 kills over to T1 so far. They'll get a third. And now it's only Yike and Caps surviving. And Zeus will not let them do so. The knockback with the Intofus. Caps has to retreat through mid. But T1 could just push through it too.
Yep, they've got Baron, but
Caps corks! He brings down the stars. He looks for Zeus. Can he take him? The tower damage enough to help Caps get a kill out of it as well. The Whirling Death nowhere near. A Whirling Whip there from Hansama.
It's the second dragon for T1.
He is here. He just slides in. He flashes behind you and you scoops your entire team into T1's faces.
On bottom side, 4 people at the Cassante.
Dagda said it, it's nothing really to fight over right now. Caps has the skies descend, has that ultimate. Mickey looking for the chase as well. If he can get in range for the depth charge, it will be enough. Zeus slowed again by the Rylais. Mickey going to the terrain, and Zeus trying to re-engage. Pathmaker all out onto Mickey. Perfectly played by Zeus, but G2 have not given up the ghost of this play yet. The fear beyond death might expire before Zeus falls low enough to pull him back. Caps takes it. Meanwhile, T1 get a mid-tier 2 and are looking for a tier 2 in top.
You have to reset fast as G2. T1 had their ways because of the amount of time Zeus bought. So they're able to
on his way. The unseen Faker tends to be the deadliest, and Broken Blade now realizes perhaps he's met his maker. Emperor's Divide back. Faker can buy a little bit of time here because Keria is still collapsing for the play. Broken Blade has flash and begins to walk his way away. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Owner's being caught out by Yike and by Mickey. Broken Blade still trying to escape. Looking at picture-in-picture, though, as Caps flies in. Keria with the ignite. Broken Blade turns it back around onto Faker, but all he's doing is buying time, and precious seconds they are, as Owner falls on the side. Owner stepping forward. Yike found the Spectral More Sun. Fighting over the mid wave, the hook from Mickey, Pathmaker out by Zeus, Singularity. Hot by Caps has the skies descend, and Yike dashes into the steadfast presence. Keria can look for the stun, but Zeus and Faker are separated. Heroic charge onto Yike. Owner looking for a little bit more damage. Yike, has he got any jungle camps to farm up? He's got his wolves, might go back for them. Hansama steps forward and is immediately locked down by T1. Hansama oversteps as a 1-for-1 so far as the skies descend, and Faker falls. Broken Blade being followed by Zeus on the bottom side as Mickey tries to flash away. Yike trying to get Owner, but he doesn't get the reset in time. Gumayushi has all the time in the world to put G2 6 feet under. Zeus still chasing for Kaz. He'll try and fly his way away, but I think the only tickets he's buying are back to Europe.
And once again, Keria is the one that stops the G2 hype train, stops them getting on that. And at the platform, Keria keeps Caps at bay for Zeus to show up. And T1 have done it again against G2.
Guma and Owner pushing away at the Nexus turrets, and they're gonna do it!
The first game was a demolition, the second was close, but once again the Titans that are T1 slam the door in G2's face. Hansama needs to do it all here if they're going to survive. Keria gets the knock-up, the Nexus at half health, Zeus with a knockback, Owner low, another for G2, but Zeus is done with this! Zeus will fall! A quadra for Hans, and G2 cling on to the precipice!
Faker has the TP though, there's no wards. But they have to clear out all these waves, make sure the Faker can't get onto it, but Baron is up and available. It's going to be a split G2 as they try to hold on to it.
Yeah, Hex gates for Baron, but Faker's going for the teleport end!
Faker's TPing in, Caps TP already invested, Mickey is there. Faker just needs an auto, Faker finds it! Who else? Who else but Faker for T1?
The teleport play from
Very serious, as you were talking about, and he goes for the Jax blind.
This is, like, you can go over towards the Rumble if you really want to. I think this is essentially going, hey, you can't go for the twist.
Did I say so? Oh, equalize.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about it.
Oh my God, wait a sec.
Has to burn the flash. Broken Blade flash follows, already hit level 2. Where you going, Zeus? The Broken Blade has been reforged as BB gets a solo.
Good spot to try and take over the lane, but you can see from the CS, he needs to get a lot of this underneath the tower, and Yike wants to try and help.
Right, Broken Blade's just going to look for the kill. Zeus there with the flaming spitter. Broken Blade trying to dodge away from it. Yike coming in with the bush, and Zeus tanks 2 tower shots. 1 more's enough. Zeus will fall even with the scrap shield. Broken Blade realizes leap strike. 2 on the board for BB.
What is a god to a top father? Broken Blade.
Pretty good pressure from Zeus in the lane. Even though he's died twice, he's been forcing BB out. The wave state's relatively neutral. Broken Blade doesn't have TP, so unless G2 bring Caps across from the mid lane, which they can do, it will be all 3 grubs going over to T1.
They can have Faker try and roam with Owner.
Turn out to Gumayushi here. Unbreakable comes down. There's a chain of corruption as well, and Gumayushi is low. Pops the cleanse, still has the flash and uses it to dash away, but now Keria's stunned up and doesn't have a flash of his own. G2 find a kill in the 2v2.
And this is looking like what happened against Top Esports with G2 on the prom to get it. Now Yike trying to spot out where Gumayushi is. He's deep under tower though.
Good block by Owner, getting away from that root caller. Smite goes down from Yike. Owner now is going to have the concussive blows blocking on him. Daisy will help Yike put the damage down onto Owner. The flash still available, has to use it. There's the knocker follower into the root caller. Mickey pulled under the tower. The season just isn't enough to give Owner the dive. Is it going to be repeated in the bottom side? Owner looking for Broken Blade, does have the flash. Voltbreaker out, Zeus tanks a tower shot. Voltbreaker, Broken Blade dashes and dodges it. The Weaver's wall season assist, the equalizer, and Broken Blade dodged this. Shut down for T1, Owner takes it.
What a choice there from T1. They make the call really early on. Sacrifice bottom half of the map, bottom side, move away from your tower. We're going to go for the dive play in order to get the extra grubs also in the aftermath.
Will be 5 grubs to 1 in favor of T1. The Drake for G2 just answers the earlier Dragon that was taken by T1. Yikes, Sabres will just go back to mid.
Yeah, you can see the coordination on that play pretty early on, but bottom
Broken
side...
Blade stop just in front of Ona, dodges the Vault Breaker, the equalizer goes down, counter-strike from BB, cease and desist available for Ona though. Broken Blade really no hope of getting out of this one as Ona chases him down.
But this is still going to be T1 getting the bot lane tower and being able to keep themselves safe in the top end. Yes, Riftchild will go across, but Zeus very quickly starting to turn what was a bit of a miserable early game into a 1.2k gold lead for himself.
Yep, their reaction, they saw Caps roam up to the top side. They make their opposite side play, but Caps is on the map again.
Zeus flashes away. Caps is on the chase, has the Kraken Slayer complete, and I'm not sure Zeus gets away from this. Caps jumps on his head and sends him into the dirt.
We saw how important this Tristana could be, but it is no top side.
Faker's here, the Weaver's walling in. Redemption coming out as Broken Blade TPs into the fight. Carrier the first of all, counter-strike onto Gumayushi as well. No Ghost, no Cleanse, no Flash, no hope for Guma. G2 fight.
I also think actually we're going to get the reset from Hans Sama. You can see Mickey had forced Faker down to that bottom side. Wasn't sure if they're going to try and even stick around for mid lane tower, but with Dragon in 50 seconds, that's going to be the big one.
Gold lead for G2, but Broken Blade might be caught once again. Ona's here, cease and desist available. Zeus here as well. There is a tower for Broken Blade. There's Redemption 2, cease and desist goes down, but the Flame Spitter will be enough to break Broken.
Comes right in.
Chain of Corruption going out from Hans Summer as well. Carrier was able to dredge line away. The tower falls. Next up, the Drake for G2.
Tower instead of looking for the fight against G2.
Double fed AD carries on the side of G2 with plenty of protection for themselves. And Dragon slowly stacking lanes to pull off those plays and hard commit to one side of the map.
Caps is collapsing. Ona looking for Yike, can't find him. Instead, Zeus, the target, TP in by G2. They find one. Ona can Vault Breaker away, but Daisy's looking for the knock-up onto Carrier here. Dredge line immediately goes into the back of Daisy, who does fall. Caps jumping forward, Fate's call away.
Wave as the rest of G2 look to siege up on this turret.
Broken Blade, he's seismically shoved into T1's waiting Moors. They find one. Mickey now on the front line. Redemption coming down to try and heal him up. The concussive blows onto Ona, forces him low. Mickey finds Carrier. Ona down to 100 HP. Gumayushi, a couple more auto attacks would stun him up, and instead the tower's the target. Cap still pushing in bot.
Oh, Mickey with the flash ignite, support on support kill. And as you mentioned it, that was all without their fed Tristana, without Caps, who's going to get another 800 gold off this tower.
And G2
That arrow actually barely missing Owner too.
I will say, it's not often you get to see a fight with the Riftchild with the knock-up, and now we're going to see another fight in the river. As Yike's the one who's locked up, and Yike falls. Mickey on the front line. Caps trying to open up. So far, it's the jungler for jungler exchange. Mickey falling low, though. Guma in the pit. Caps, it's all on him, really, to do the damage alongside Hans Summer on there.
Gumayushi doesn't blink.
Didn't need to. There was no real threat on the backline as Caps is hooked. Has the time to jump away. Redemption in, cease and desist. Caps is caught, and Caps is down. T1 find the first in the fight, and now it's all on Hans Summer to do whatever damage he can. Yike's gonna go down as well, and we said it would be explosive. Well, who else but T1 in this moment to put you in
towards the Dragon, but T1, they found what they needed.
The engage on Caps, who over
Cease and desist, the flick back from Faker, and it's a poke Varus. He cannot deal enough damage right now, and Broken Blade isn't there.
Onto Caps, but when they do, everyone instantly ultimates. They jump on the opportunity. If you show an opportunity to this team, they will capitalize on it. And now, even chasing into the jungle.
Yike has no flash, the cease and desist goes down and locks him up, and even with the redemption, I don't think you're getting any of that, G2. T1 continue to punish, and now the push even stronger, already 3,000 gold off it.
A moment was all that T1 needed, and they've taken everything from G2. They're starting to push in on this top side. They really want to push G2 out of MSI to put themselves firmly in the conversation of still contesting for MSI champions.
They'll take the tier 2 in the top lane, and now the gold one's lips when it comes to internationals. As the hook goes down onto Mickey, no unbreakable for him. Depth charge in as well, the side big shot back, and Mickey oversteps, and T1.
That's why T1 wanted to reset, but now Baron has been started.
Zeus was on the bottom side of the map, he's going to TP in behind them. 9,000 on the Baron, a last Hail Mary here for G2. The story continues to be written as the Weavers wall goes down. There's the equalizer. Yike falling low. The shutdown on Faker. And Yike goes down. So Owner will take the Baron. And T1 will take G2's lives. What can you do in the face of such relentless hate by T1?
People doubted T1 in this series. They said that G2 were favored. G2 do not stand a chance against the onslaught of T1.
The world champions looking at a 3-0 sweep.
They're the champs for a reason. How many times do they have to teach you this lesson, G2? Last week it took them 5. This week they'll do it in 3. No one from G2 will be alive in time. You can be the main character all you want, G2, but your chapter is over. The story of T1 continues tomorrow.
And so Laura standing by for that Verizon post-game interview.
And we're back here in the interview zone with Broken Blade. Obviously, not the way you guys wanted to end things today against T1. What are going to be the main takeaways from you? How do you reflect on today, Bibi?
I mean, today was definitely disappointing. We did not come in here thinking we're going to get 3 out. They also did something new with the lane swaps, and that's a version I didn't see before. So I have to give props to them. They lane swapped carry matchup versus carry matchup, and they found a way to get TP advantage on the enemy top laner, and it really put me behind in the last game, for example, because I didn't have TP. Yeah, I mean, they just played much better than last time, and we played much worse. I mean, the main takeaway is that we know we can take games and beat Asian teams now, so that will give us a huge motivation for the upcoming matches. Obviously, I'm very sad. I thought we really have a shot at winning, but we have to face reality, and that is we lost 3-0. That means we're still not good enough, and that makes me sad, but that means there's still room to growth. So yeah.
I think it's actually amazing that you would see all the positives that this experience is going to bring to you guys in the future, from absolutely dominating in Europe to surprising everyone here at MSI. Of course, a lot of learnings for you, Bibi, for you yourself, and as a team, and also for Europe. I do feel like we are seeing a new era of hope, at least for the end of the year, for the learnings that you're going to implement. Do you agree on this?
I agree. I agree on this take. I mean, obviously, we came here having a very good performance. I think today we did not, but I think I think we surprised a lot of people, a lot of European people especially, and Eastern people. I know we can do it. I know that our team is going to work even harder to, make it to World Finals and beat these teams, because I know we can do it. And today was a very big lesson for us. It means we're still behind, but we are hungry, and I am hungry. I'm not satisfied with today's performance at all, so I'm a bit gutted. So
I will leave it on this message of hope for the West, for Europe, and for everything you guys achieved here at MSI. Bibi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
On behalf of the West, on behalf of everyone, and yeah, best of luck in the rest in the LEC Shocks. Back to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Broken Blade. It's always, that's the hardest interviews you have to give, right?
Yeah.
And someone has to give them. And the fact that it started off, didn't work the first time, but he decided he wanted to say the message. I really appreciate that. We do also have T1 standing by, and it is Lore and Faker in our next Verizon post-game interview.
The dream is over. 3-0 over G2, Faker. This is something that you actually expected. This is actually something that you anticipated. What made you confident into thinking that not only you would beat them again, but it would be such a one-sided series?
네, 오늘 페이커 선수가 정말 예상한 그대로 3대0 승리가 나왔습니다. 사실은 지난 경기 접전이었는데도 어떻게 이런 압도적인 승리를 예상할 수 있었는지, 그리고 어떻게 실제로 구현해냈는지 궁금합니다.
일단 지난 경기에서 저희가 G2를 한번 상대해봤던 게 되게 컸던 것 같고 그리고 그런 전략들을 조금 어느 정도 저희가 머릿속에 있는 상태에서 경기를 했기 때문에 조금 더 수월한 경기가 됐던 것 같고 그리고 저희도 좀 그때 경기 이후로 많이 발전했기 때문에 좋은 경기가 나왔다고 생각합니다.
So I think it was actually a great experience for us to get to play against G2 in the prior match. And then after that, we were able to get a really good plan of the game and we had everything kind of in our head already. So we were able to play accordingly. And I think ever since the G2 match, we were able to step up so much.
And I know that a lot of people have been critical maybe of your performance, but every time when it comes to the important moments, the important games, you are stepping up and you are stepping in for your team. I want to know what is the mindset specifically that allows you to turn things around and clutch every situation you're into, Faker?
네, 사실은 이번 MSI에서도 페이커 선수의 경기력에 대한 을박이 좀 있었는데요. 하지만 이렇게 팀이 꼭 필요할 때, 정말 필요할 때는 중요한 순간마다 결국에는 클러치 플레이를 만들어주고 언제나 해내주는 그런 퍼포먼스가 어떻게 나오는지 정말 궁금합니다. 어떤 식으로 마음을 다스리면서 이렇게 경기 임하시나요?
뭐 사실 그런 비판적인 의견이 저는 당연히 나올 수 있다고 생각하고 또 개인적으로도 좀 이번 MSI가 좀 힘든 대회가 되겠다라고 예상을 했기 때문에 뭐 저는 좀 뭐 그렇게 놀랄 일은 아닌 것 같고요. 그냥 저는 제가 할 일을 좀 열심히 하고 경기에서 최대한 집중력을 유지하는 것에 목표를 뒀습니다.
I mean, I always understand sometimes there could be criticism, and also even before MSI started, I already had the expectation that this could be a really rough event for me personally. And personally, I was kind of expecting this going on, and then I just try to always just keep concentration as much as possible and trying to display the best form possible. I just try not to pay attention to all those stuff.
We often see you meditating on stage, getting into this calm mindset, closing your eyes and everything. I want to know if you can share what goes through your head in these moments. What do you think of?
이제 또 무대 위에서 눈을 감고 명상하는 모습을 굉장히 자주 접할 수 있었는데 그럴 때 머릿속으로 어떤 생각하시는지 조금 공유해 주실 수 있을까요?
일단 뭐 무대에 있을 때는 아무래도 좀 생각이 계속 또 많이 나고 좀 잡념들이 많이 나기 때문에 머릿속에서 무슨 일이 일어나냐고 했을 때는 이제 눈을 감았을 때는 좀 뭐 이런저런 좀 잡념이 나는데 그냥 그것들을 좀 지켜보고 뭐 그런 식으로 명상하고 있습니다.
Well, I have so many thoughts in my head when I'm on stage, so I just try to close my eyes and just go over all those thoughts. So if you ask me what's on my mind when I'm meditating, I just pretty much go over all the thoughts that's floating in my head.
Focusing on what's next, I do remember that at Worlds you were the last standing hope for the LCK, having to beat every LPL team. Here this time around, you're the only second seed left, having to take down all the first seed. Can you compare your Worlds experience and tell me why do you think it's going to be the same journey for T1 this time around?
작년 월즈에서는 이제 어느 순간부터 T1이 월즈에 있는 마지막 LCK의 희망 그리고 남은 LPL 팀들을 모두 도장 깨야지만 우승할 수 있는 그런 상황이었는데 이번에는 이제 MSI에 남은 유일한 2번 시드 팀으로서 이제 모든 1번 시드 팀을 잡아야지만 우승할 수 있는 굉장히 비슷한 시나리오로 흘러가고 있습니다. 어떻게 생각하세요?
네, 저는 되게 재밌는 것 같고 또 지난 월드 때 이어서 저는 이렇게 또 좋은 경험이 많이 될 거라고 생각하기 때문에 오히려 이렇게 저희가 올라가는 상황이 되게 반가운 것 같고요. 그리고 뭐 지금 충분히 저희가 많이 발전하고 있기 때문에 앞으로의 여정도 많이 기대하고 있습니다.
I mean, this is also very interesting to me as well. I think this is another great experience for us, just like last year's Worlds. I'm so happy to go to this miracle run by myself and my team. And I think we're just having a great fun. And also we're stepping up so much as a team as well. So I think I'm having a really good feelings about MSI too.
Right, looking forward to seeing what you guys can display tomorrow. 인터뷰 감사합니다, Faker. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much as always.